Okay, so here's something you've probably noticed 100 times, but never really sat down and thought about. You see it everywhere, right? A confident older guy, and next to him, a young, ambitious woman. Restaurants, weddings, even just scrolling on Instagram. You see this pattern again and again. And people just brush it off. Oh, it's the money. Oh, it's the status. She's probably after something. But honestly, that's such a lazy explanation. Psychology says something way deeper is going on here. And once you understand it, you're going to start noticing it everywhere. So today, let's actually break this down properly, not just skim the surface. We're going deep. 5 real, science-backed reasons why younger women get attracted to older men. And I'm telling you now, that last one, it's going to catch you completely off guard. Stick around till the end for that one. Oh, and quick thing, if you haven't seen my last video, how older men attract younger women without chasing, go check that out first. Links in the description. That one was about the what to do part, the practical side. This is the why it actually works part, the psychology behind it. Think of this as part 2. All right, let's get into it. Reason number 1, emotional security. There's this idea in psychology called attachment theory. You might have heard the term thrown around online, but let's actually understand what it means. Basically, it says every single one of us, since childhood, is wired to look for a secure base. Someone stable, someone predictable, someone who just makes us feel safe. This isn't some new age idea. This has been studied since the 1950s, starting with a psychologist named John Bowlby, and it's still one of the most respected frameworks in relationship psychology today. Now think about it practically. A woman in her 20s, she's usually surrounded by guys her own age, who are, let's be honest, still figuring their entire life out. Confused about their career, still living with 3 roommates. All over the place emotionally. One day intense, next day completely distant. Can't communicate properly to save their life. An older man, though, completely different vibe. His life has structure. He's not asking, what am I doing with my life every other week? He already knows. He knows how to handle his emotions. He's not blowing up over small stuff, not sulking for 2 days because of one comment. And when he talks to her, it's calm, it's clear. There's no guessing games. That stability, that's exactly what attachment theory is talking about. That's the secure base showing up in real life. And no, this has got nothing to do with daddy issues, and honestly, that phrase gets thrown around way too casually online. This is just basic human psychology. Every human being, man or woman, young or old, subconsciously searches for this kind of security. It's not a flaw, it's not weird, it's wiring. Here, let me paint you a picture. One guy is 22, takes 3 days to text back, gets weird and distant the moment things get a little serious, can't even commit to weekend plans 2 days in advance. The other guy is 35, and when he likes someone, he just says it. Plainly, I like you and I'm serious about this. No mixed signals, no games. Now be honest with yourself for a second. Which one actually makes a person feel secure? Which one would you trust more with your time, your emotions, your future? That gap right there between confusion and clarity, that's exactly where the attraction starts. It's not magic, it's psychology. Reason number 2, emotional intelligence. The maturity gap, basically. And research backs this up heavily too. Emotional intelligence, it doesn't come from age on its own. It comes from experience, through mistakes, through actually sitting with those mistakes and learning something from them, instead of just repeating the same pattern over and over. So an older guy, chances are he's already been through a few relationships. He's already messed up in some way. Maybe he was too controlling once. Maybe he wasn't communicative enough. Maybe he took someone for granted. And somewhere along the way, he actually learned from it. That's the key difference. Which means, in practice, he actually listens. Not just nodding along, waiting for his turn to talk, he genuinely tries to understand what you're saying. He handles conflict like an adult. No yelling, no slamming doors, no silent treatment for a week. Just an actual conversation, even when it's uncomfortable. And he knows himself. He's not still trying to find himself. He already knows what he wants, what he values, what he won't tolerate. And younger women, especially the ones who are focused on their career, their own personal growth, they get tired, fast, of that immaturity in guys their own age. They don't want to be someone's emotional babysitter. They want someone who takes them seriously as a person. Someone who isn't creating unnecessary drama every single week over something small. And this ties right back to what we talked about in the last video. Remember, older men don't chase, right? People misread that as arrogance or as playing hard to get. It's neither. That's maturity. When someone is genuinely secure with who they are, they're not desperate to impress anyone or prove their worth every 5 minutes. And ironically, That calmness is what makes them more attractive, not less. Now let's go a little deeper into evolutionary psychology. There's this researcher, David Buss. He spent literally decades studying how people choose partners across dozens of different cultures, not just in the West. And one of his most consistent findings is this: women, from an evolutionary standpoint, tend to be drawn to partners who bring stability and resources. And I want to be clear here, that's not just about money. It includes emotional stability, social stability, all of it factors in together. Older men, a lot of the time, they've already hit that stable point in life that younger men are still years away from. Careers sorted, or at least there's a clear direction. Financially, they're not scraping by paycheck to paycheck, wondering if rent's going to bounce. Emotionally, they're in a settled place. And socially, they've actually built something: a reputation, a circle, a place in the world. And all of that combined, it's sending a signal, subconsciously, not even something she's actively thinking about. This is a safe environment to build something in. And evolutionary psychology says that signal is literally one of the core, most ancient drivers of human attraction. It goes back further than culture, further than modern dating norms. And look, I want to be really clear about something here. This isn't gold digging, and it's unfair to reduce it to that. This is deep biological wiring, shaped over hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, long before money even existed in its current form. Every single person, whether they consciously admit it or not, is looking for some form of security in a partner. It shows up differently for everyone, but it's there. Reason number 4, real confidence, not arrogance. Now here's something people get wrong constantly. They confuse confidence with arrogance, like they're the same thing. They're not even close. Let's actually break this down properly. Arrogance comes from insecurity, full stop. It's someone trying to prove something, to themselves mostly, but it looks like they're trying to prove it to everyone else. That's why you see it a lot in younger guys. Not because they're bad people, but because they're still figuring out who they are. And that uncertainty leaks out as overcompensation. Loud opinions, constant one-upping, needing to be right in every conversation. Confidence is the complete opposite of that. It's quiet, it's calm. It comes from actually believing in your own worth, without needing anyone else to confirm it for you. And that kind of confidence, it's not something you can fake for very long. It genuinely comes with age, with actual life experience, with having faced real setbacks and come out the other side okay. And it shows up in the small things, the details most people don't even consciously notice. He says his opinion plainly, no hesitation, and doesn't get defensive if someone disagrees. He's not scared of hearing no. A no doesn't shake his sense of self-worth. He knows exactly what he brings to the table. So he's not out there chasing validation from every person he talks to. And younger women notice that calm confidence almost instantly. It registers on some subconscious level within the first few minutes of a conversation. Because honestly, it's rare, especially among guys their own age, who are, statistically speaking, still in that insecure, prove-yourself phase of life. And now, reason number 5. The one people almost always miss completely. Purpose. Direction. This is the one that doesn't get talked about enough. An older man, more often than not, his life actually has some real purpose behind it. A career he's actually built, not just a job he's tolerating. Goals he's actively working toward. Passion projects he genuinely cares about, outside of just surviving day to day. And that sense of purpose, it's not just attractive to him personally. It creates a kind of pull, an energy, that draws other people toward him without him even trying. Psychologists actually talk about this specific phenomenon. Human beings are naturally drawn toward people who aren't just drifting through life aimlessly, but who are visibly driven, going somewhere. And that driven energy, it attracts people in every direction. Romantically, professionally, socially, doesn't matter. It's magnetic in a very literal, observable way. And younger women, especially the ambitious ones, the ones out there actively building their own careers and their own lives, they want a partner who isn't going to hold them back or compete with them for attention. They want someone who's going to walk alongside them, maybe even push them forward. An older man who genuinely knows his purpose, who isn't lost or drifting, that's exactly the kind of energy he brings into a relationship. And that's incredibly rare to find, at any age, honestly. All right, let's bring it all together. Let's recap what we covered. 5 reasons, all backed by real psychology, not just opinion. Number 1, emotional security, straight out of attachment theory. Number 2, emotional intelligence and that maturity gap between older and younger men. Number 3, evolutionary stability signals, the deep biological wiring behind attraction. Number 4, real confidence as opposed to arrogance, which is just insecurity in disguise. And number 5, purpose, and direction, that magnetic quality that draws people in without any effort at all. Put all 5 of these together and you get exactly what we talked about in the last video: genuine attraction, built naturally without ever having to chase anyone. All right, if this actually made sense to you, drop a comment down below and let me know what we should cover next. Should it be confidence versus age, or the biggest mistake older men make? I read every comment, so let me know. And hey, if you haven't watched the previous video yet, the link's right there in the description. Go check it out. It connects directly with everything we just talked about today. Thanks for watching all the way through. I'll see you in the next one.